Hello and welcome to Life with Jane. Quite exciting today. I went to the Phyllis Tuckwell craft event. Now, anybody that's local, a lot of people will know about this, but people who don't, if you're local or relatively local, in Farnborough, opposite where Dunelm is and down by Wicks and that direction, there is a Phyllis Tuckwell warehouse, and in there they have once every 6 months a massive craft sale, and they have all sorts of things. So if you're a paper crafter, you can get virtually every form of stamp and inks and papers and all those sorts of things for £1 or so. If you are a sewer, you can get all sorts of fabrics and from, what do they call it, fat quarters through to a metre, so 3 feet, 6 feet, big pieces of fabric, as it were, through to small pieces of fabric. You can get whatever you want, and again from 50p up to sort of £3, £4, £5, £6, depending how big the fabric is and depending what the make of it is. You can also buy sewing machines. You can buy a sewing machine for sort of £30 or so. You can buy wool. Literally anything you can think of in the craft side of things, you can buy it. So I thought I would show you what I've bought for a project that I'm doing at the moment. And I was gifted some fabric, which was fantastic, but I'm going to try and make a large quilt which will cover a double bed. So it's going to be quite a big one, and it's going to be a big project. And it's called English paper piecing. So let me just bring you down to the table so you can actually see. Excuse the camera if it's wobbling a bit, but hopefully that will give you, that's about right, I think. Let me just maybe bring you in just out a bit on there. There's my coffee cup ready. Yes, you can see my hands and things here. Okay, so this is a piece that I've done. So basically I took some die cut shapes, actually, because obviously I've been a card maker. So this was a die shape, and I did lots of pieces of cards. So let me show you. Okay, so I did lots of templates like that. And then what you do is next piece, you sew them, here we are, you sew your fabric onto those pieces like that. So literally just a big tacking stitch. Then you can put the pieces together like this. So wrong side to wrong side. You do a little fine running stitch all the way along there, and very close together because you want it to be quite tight. And that's why it's called English paper piecing, because you are piecing together pieces that have got paper in between. Then when you get to a stage where, so on this one, this is going to be added to the bottom because I'm doing it in pieces, because otherwise it makes it too big. So if I show you on this one, I'll have to sort of take it up on here. That's where I've got it. Is that upside down? I can't see. My dog's eye. Yes, it is. Let's turn it the right way round for you. Okay, so that is it the right way round. And literally it is scraps. So none of them are going to match completely. Sometimes you've got 2 or 3 pieces, but you haven't got a lot. And that's as far as I've got, all hand stitched. So I'm really enjoying the process because I quite enjoy doing the hand stitching rather than doing machine stitching. So that's where I've got with it. Now, this is the fabric that I've got. So I bought, sorry me reaching round and you seeing my nose. Okay, so this is the fabric that I bought. It came to, take that off so it hasn't got my thing on. Right, do that on there. It came to £7.50. So the whole lot cost me £7.50. And we'll go through each piece and then you can see. So there's this piece and this cost 50p. And if I open it up, you can see it's actually a reasonable sized piece. So that cost me 50p. Really lovely green little sort of cherries on there. So I tried to buy fabric that was more cotton because that's how the quilt's going to be. So that was my first piece, 50p, which I thought was very good. So second piece, this one was £1. I think it's probably a little bit more expensive fabric, but again, lovely print, will work beautifully. Little bit bigger actually, but you can see lovely print. So if you wanted to make, you know, cushions or things like that, you've got more than enough on here to make a cushion cover, and you know, you're talking about £1. So really, really good. I'm just going to see what fabric it is. Is it any? It's the Seasons of Tribute. Feel the Difference Art Gallery fabric. Garden of something or other. So yes, really rather nice. I like that one. So again, that was £1. So some were £1, some were 50p. Okay, this one was 50p. And again, I think it is, oh, I don't know what it says, but anyway, this is quite a large piece for 50p. But I think depending who was labelling it up, some of them label things up at £1, some at 50p, because this is actually quite a large piece as well. That's sort of half the size of it. But again, if you look at the print, it's really rather nice and it will work perfectly on this quilt. Again, you could make, you know, other things from it if you wanted to, but I'm using these. I bought them specifically for scraps. This is rather nice actually. Again, it was £1, but it's really rather nice. I don't even know if I'm going to use it for that because there's quite a lot here. I think there's probably, yes, there is a lot. So this is actually quite a big piece. So I might save that piece because I quite like that. So I can use that for something else. And again, it's quite a heavier weight of fabric. But that was, I think it was £1. Let me check. I don't think I bought anything over £1. Yes, that's another one that was £1. So, you know, really lovely and cotton. Then I got this one. I really love this, Joseph Daisy print. This again was £1. And this is, it's obviously been unpicked from something, which is fine. But again, a reasonable sized piece. And you can see really rather nice print on it. So I think that that will work quite well to just do some scraps on there. It's one of those things, isn't it? You buy it and you go like, oh, am I going to cut it into scraps? Yes, I am, because that's what I bought it for. So that's that one. This one is quite fun as well. This one was 50p. So this has got nice bits of leaves and things in. So again, I think will work pattern-wise quite well with that shape. If I sort of take this shape, for example, I know I've got something on it, but if let's take one like that, you know, if I sort of do this along here, you're going to get nice sort of abstracty patterns on here. And I think a little bit of monochrome will work quite well on the quilt. So there's that one. Let me just fold this a bit better because I don't want it to be, I don't want to have to do too much ironing of it at this stage. But again, you know, great for scraps of fabric and stuff that you're not going to be spending a fortune on. and I can then do the rest of my quilt, and then if there's not enough, I will see if I can beg, borrow and steal from various people at various groups that I go to. Now this one was 50p, and this is a rather nice heavier duty fabric, but beautiful print on there. So in fact it goes the other way up, but I'm not going to turn it so you can just see it. So that one, and again that was 50p. So as I say, if you are local to Farnborough, it is worth going down there. It's on for a week, I think, but don't quote me on that. I love these. 50p. Look at these. They're little napkins, but you've got an elephant, you've got a giraffe, and you've got, so I thought that I could put the piece so that it comes across on either the elephant or the giraffe on there. And again, 50p, so you can't go far wrong with that. Then I bought this one. I don't know whether I'm actually going to put this in. It again was 50p in on the scrap pieces, but it's beautiful, and I thought that I could. We've got that bit's actually. I'm going to take this out of here because they've put it in over the two pieces, and I want to be able to open it up to show you. So this was, let me show you the price before we take it out. Okay, so that was 50p. 50p. And that is, it's really rather lovely. Can you see it's all embroidered? Beautiful. And as I say, I think that that will make, it would certainly make a cushion cover. If I fold it in half, you can see the size of it. So I could certainly make a rather beautiful cushion out of it, which I might do. I just really like that. For 50p, I thought, yes. And can you see it's all embroidered fabric, so it's really rather nice. So I don't think I will use that one for my quilt, because it's, again, it's a bit too satiny, but I just loved it. I thought it was really beautiful. So that's that one. This, oh my goodness, again 50p, but look at this fabric. Isn't it beautiful? Let's get it the right way up. Look at that. Little birds, really, really pretty, pretty, pretty little birds. So again, that will work perfectly because I can get a bird coming in virtually each one of those, and they're really nice colours as well. So I was quite pleased with that. I think that that will be really rather nice. Then I got a little bit of pink, again another 50p, and this is probably not a huge piece, but again I don't, and it's sort of cut as well, which is fine, but I don't need that much. And again, you can see really pretty print on that, so that's quite nice. And then the last one is this one, which again 50p, and it is, oh look, it's got animals and things, but you, isn't that funny? I didn't even open it up. I looked at the colours and thought, oh, isn't that nice? And it won't make any difference actually, because it's got like children's, so it's got sheep and it's got pigs and things like that, but you're not going to see any of that because it's going to have, if you think of, let me just take one of these again. Let me take a plain one out of my bag. So if I'm putting this, let me just find it. Here we go. If I'm putting this on here, it'll just give me a nice pink piece. So, and this will just give me sort of little colours and stuff. So it was more the colour tones and things in there that I really liked, that I thought would work quite well. And as I say, it was 50p. So all of this fabric, where are we? Let me get to the bottom. All of that fabric cost me £7.50. So let me just bring you up to me again so you can see and bring it round here. Okay, so you can tell it was a really, really good buy. So if you get a chance and you're into fabric and, you know, or into any other form of crafting, if you're a paper crafter, I know that one of my ladies is does a lot of paper crafting. If you get a chance to go down there, as I say, it's the Phyllis Tuckwell, which is opposite Dunelm in Farnborough, and it's you can get so much for very little, and it's worth doing it if you're somebody who's wanting to save some pennies but get some really great craft stuff, and also you're giving to charity as well, which is really good. The hospice is a hospice, and you know, so I support them fully, and I think it's a great idea. They do them twice a year, and I went to the last one and bought lots and lots of tapestry stuff, and this time, as I say, it's fabric because I had a specific project for it to go to. So I hope you enjoyed that, looking at all of the fabric. As always, please stay safe and well, please be kind, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye bye.